Behold, the building of power. This is the Ghetto Free Press, and I'm George Boston Rhymes in Valdosta, Georgia, the voice of the people. I'm standing here on the location where the father of Kendrick Johnson and mother have been gathering since their son was found dead on January 11th, 2013 in the Lowndes County High School gymnasium. I am here because I want you to know the truth. I want you informed. No one should be left in a state of ignorance. I hear a lot of talk about the Kendrick Johnson family just wanting money. They're talking about they didn't have the money to buy or to get their son a locker in the old gymnasium, among many other things. But I want you to know that what this mother and father are doing, I'm not speaking for them, I'm speaking for you, my children and grandchildren. Kendrick Johnson's death, first of all, was not the first tragic accident, the first killing, the first murder, or the first suicide in our beloved community, and more especially in the Black African American experience. And so I commend these parents and everybody that support them. Thank them for standing up for what has gone on for too long here in South Georgia. And to think that this could not happen under our form of government just don't make sense. Look, I came to this area in 1975, stationed at Moody Air Force Base. I left to go to Arizona in '79. And I went to many other bases, but in 1989 I returned back, my second tour of duty at Moody Air Force Base, and I retired here in '91. From '91 to May the 25th, I had never, ever been under a criminal trespass violation, alleged or otherwise by anybody. But May 25th, 2013, after the death of Kendrick Johnson, then somebody, person still unknown, placed me under a trespass, a criminal trespass without violating any law in Valdosta, Lowndes County, the state of Georgia, or in the United States of America. Now, I have presented that case to the probate courts here in Valdosta, to the Superior Court here in Lowndes County, to the District Attorney David Miller's office here in Valdosta in Lowndes County, Georgia. I have taken my concerns of this illegal criminal trespass violation, allegedly, to the federal court on Patterson Street. And after my friend John Robinson called Wes Taylor, the superintendent of the school where Kendrick Johnson's body was found on January 11, 2013, and he met with him. And do you not know that although we heard it over the Lowndes County Sheriff's radio that I was under a criminal trespass warning and that it had been in effect for 2 weeks prior to the 25th. And on the sheriff's radio it states that this criminal trespass was issued by Wes Taylor, the superintendent of the school where Kendrick Johnson accidentally fell into a mat, was killed, or lowered into the gym, or murdered outright. Look, Reverend John H. Robinson, a highly respected business owner and minister and reverend at Antioch Baptist Church, said that Wes Taylor said that he did not issue a criminal trespass on me and that he don't know where it come from, but told Mr. Robinson that Lowndes County Sheriff Prine was working on something on me. Say they had found something in my record, he think. He told Mr. Robinson that he need to maybe get with the sheriff or George Boston Rhymes, and maybe they can tell him more about what they were working on me. Now, because I am a retired military veteran of 21 years in the United States Armed Forces, never received a letter of reprimand, never received an Article 15, never had any stripes taken away, only got one letter of counsel because of racism at Moody Air Force Base, and I had it removed because it was unjustified. And so you're looking at a person that have been under a criminal trespass for nearly 300 days without notification or justification. Now look, if they put me under a criminal trespass warning because I have reported, I have exposed, I have given the truth from public meetings that those in the cliques and among the slicks did not want published, and so I got it into the heads and minds of the local people, other people in the state of Georgia, and across the nation and the world. And so we must ask a question. What were they hiding? What did they not want reported? Why would they do that to an upright man like myself? Why would they do that? Don't you think that Channel 6 WCTV, NBC out of Albany, ABC out of Florida, even Al Sharpton of MSNBC, Fox News, Associated Press, the Honorable Victor Blackwell from CNN, and his corps of reporters, along with reporters from Jacksonville and all around the South Georgia region. Why? Listen, I'm not talking to dumb folk now. I'm talking to the best minds in America. I'm speaking to the best minds in Canada. I'm speaking to the best minds in general in Germany who are following me and following the Kendrick Johnson case. Why is it that 60 Minutes, Dateline, Hannity, Rush Limbaugh, black female columnist Star Parker, President Barack Obama and others, why aren't they asking the question? Why was I placed under a criminal trespass for violating no law. Now, let me say it again. For those of you who can't hear, why would the news media in America, why would the sheriff, the CID, the Criminal Investigative Department at the jail, the probate courts here in Valdosta, the Superior Court here in Valdosta, the Federal Court here in Valdosta, and others across America, why would they not report that to the general public? I had a distractor, but I don't worry about that. I do what I do because I serve this nation to do what I'm supposed to do according to the law. And so, why is it that Victor Blackwell or none of the old people that came to Valdosta ever interviewed me? So we must wonder what's going on here. If a citizen can be stopped and given a trespass without violating any law, that means, short form, any airman stationed at Moody Air Force Base, any student at Valdosta State University, any student that attend Georgia Military College, Wiregrass Technical College, all the visitors that come here to visit Wild Adventures Theme Park, Kendrick Golf Course, or Francis Lake, or just coming to take a visit to the home of the Mary Turner lynching back in May of 1918, in that week of terror, wherein 12 to 15 to 25 blacks were murdered outright. Nothing has been done, nobody even asking questions about it. So, why would all this go on? And nobody would even ask me in terms of, there's a possibility, Mr. Ryan, that your criminal trespass warning could be intermingled with the death of KJ in this regard. They know, because I made it public, that when nobody was hardly reporting about the death of that young man, I ran my YouTube videos and I posted them. You know that the father called me the same night that they found the body. I was home in my bed. I got up and went to his house, and he said to me then, and he said to me now. Let me repeat. He said to me then, and he's saying it to me now. George, they killed my son. Now, don't you think that they should be able to ask a question? Why did not the governmental agencies in the state of Georgia allow that mother and father to ID their body when they was right there at the Lowndes County High School? Moreover, they are not the first citizens who was denied the right to ID their family members. That's a pattern and practice that the state of Georgia take pride in. Governor Deal takes pride in that. The members of the Georgia General Assembly and the judges and the Georgia Bar Association and the attorneys in the state of Georgia, they must take great pride in knowing that the state of Georgia will not even let you ID your deceased loved one. When they got him right there before you, they will tell you you can't see them. You can't ID the body. Tell you, well, we'll do forensic. We'll take his fingerprints. All of that when the people, the mother and father, or the father, in the case of the mother and father, can ID it just like that. And so I've gotten a lot of emails and a lot of calls from parents and the children of parents who said they were denied the right here in Lowndes County to look at their deceased loved ones. Now, Kenneth Johnson said to me, and I'm going to repeat it, and I'm going to close this out. All you all who are calling them names and why don't they work, and a lot of other dirty names, he said to me to tell them to keep on doing what they're doing, because the God of his salvation is going to open all this up, and he has no questions. He's not confused on anything. He believes that justice will prevail even in an unjust area of God's world. He told me to tell you all to keep saying that they paid the pathologist for the second autopsy $6,000 to get it in their favor. He told me to tell you that. How could they pay $6,000 when you already said, you the people, certain people out here, couldn't afford to get a locker for his son to put his shoes in? He says to me, George, the more lies they tell, the bigger lie they gotta add later to cover the baby lie they told the first time. And that the baby lie is keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Now, I just want to say to you, I cut this video because I want America to know that I'm under nearly 300 days of a criminal trespass without violating any law. And if this can happen to me, can't you understand how Jordan Davis could be killed, or how Roberson in Waycross could be killed, or how Trayvon Martin can be killed, or how Earl Evans and 15 to 25 other blacks were murdered in Brooklyn in 1918, and many others, the Whoop and the Demps. Were all killed or murdered or accident outright. And there is no closure for these black souls that are crying out from beyond the grave. So now, I thank you, Kenneth, Jacqueline, and all who support them. Thank you for showing the active duty persons at Moody Air Force Base and Fort Benning and Orford Air Force Base, Nebraska, and on foreign nations' grounds around the world. Thank you, Kenneth, because if they return back to Valdosta, they too could be picked up or stopped by a criminal trespass warning that they never violated and that they never knew anything about. And if they go to the Valdosta Lowndes County Jail, they could end up dead, like the 31 jail deaths from 1994 to 2009, and from 2009 to 2014. No one knows how many people have died. We don't know how many inmates or other people that have died and buried in the West Hill Cemetery don't have body parts. I think there might be a need to extract some more bodies, exhume some more bodies from the cemeteries in Lowndes County. Just maybe, that's why we don't have but one newspaper. Maybe the business is good in filling the citizens of our community with newspapers. Now, I don't know. Don't blame me for that. I didn't create that. I didn't report that. If it had not been for Kendrick Johnson and his mother, you wouldn't have known that. So give them some credit. Give them some credit that the coroner was not happy with the way the investigation was handled. We in this country had better wake up. Once again, this is the Ghetto Free Press, and of course, I'm standing in front of the Lowndes County Judicial Complex, wherein many people are questioning those in power, and if there's any justice here in Valdosta, Lowndes County, the state of Georgia, and in the United States of America. It seems as if, though, we look good on paper, but when it comes down to actually doing what is right in God's world, well, just maybe, one day when the preachers here in Valdosta and the pastors wake up to the realities of now, just maybe something will change. But until then, I just want to thank the people who are standing up, and that is Kendrick Johnson, mother and father, and grandparents and those that support me. Thank you once again, the Ghetto Free Press, doing what we do because it must be done under our form of government.